Okay, what is up, guys? Things should be set up correctly to stream. Not 100% sure. Since for some reason Twitch is like bugging a little bit, but it should be good. Yeah, it should be fine. Anyways, today what we're going to be trying to do is the new Land of the Morning Light Part 2 storyline. Of course, I still have to do Emogi, I believe, since I haven't done that yet. And yeah, I to be completely honest, I thought you had to do Land of the Morning Light Part 2 to do the guild bosses along with getting the Sovereign weapon. But apparently you can literally just skip all of this and you don't even have to do the storyline. So I'm a little bit... I am contemplating whether or not I should be doing this, but hey, may as well, right? We already planned it out. But yeah, apparently if you just want the Sovereign weapons and guild bosses, like the Shrine Guild bosses, you can just do them without even having to touch Land of the Morning Light Part 2. So that's a cool thing for people who don't like doing storyline, I guess. But it does bring into question what the point of anything even is. So first thing I gotta talk to Black Spirit. I assume it's in Land of the Morning Light, but I'm not sure. Yeah, Imugi. Seems like Li Mongryong could use your help. Fantastic. Oh yeah, apparently also the voice line for Land of the Morning Light Part 2 is... Oh, here, let me enable that real quick. Alright, cool. Apparently the voice line for Land of the Morning Light Part 2 is still in Korean. They didn't dub it into English yet. So I have no idea how it's going to be pronounced or anything like that, so it will be a little bit scuffed. With that being said, okay. Oh, yeah. I forgot with BDO. Okay, there we go. Do I have to restart? This looks too bright. Oh, my lord. No way. I think this is bugged, right? Indeed, BDO is something different. This has to be a restart, right? Okay. I'll character selection. This should be fine. To be fair, that hasn't happened to me in a really long time. But I mean, it's always when you're trying to do new things, it's gonna scuff up. Yeah, that's way too bright. I might have to do a full restart. To be fair, I usually play in lowest optimal instead of medium or high settings, just because during Node Wars, yeah, okay, we're gonna have to restart. Just because during Node Wars and things like that, it's really laggy. But we just switched to medium, I believe, so it looks a little bit better on stream. However, apparently it comes with its own texture bugs, so what can you do there? It should just be a black screen for you guys since I'm restarting, which is absolutely fantastic content, I'm sure. Just type in some things. Okay, dude, I had so much camera like visual problems when I did the first Land of the Morning Light, and if that, along with Magnus too, actually. So if that repeats itself, this stream is gonna be absolutely in shambles. But you know, what can you do? Here, 1 second. I'm just gonna see if I can hear myself on the stream. It should be okay, but I don't know. But yeah, the visual's back, so you should be able to see that, and you shouldn't be able to hear me a second time. Yeah, okay, it's fine. Good. So yes, we already had one pretty big visual bug so far, which is very nice. But it should be fixed after the restart. Luckily, I have BDO on my SSD, so it shouldn't take too long to restart, but we definitely want to avoid these issues. Forgive me as I try to tab out. Is it good? Yeah, this looks a lot better. Yeah, okay, I can actually see things, so we are good. Alright, let's talk to Li Mong Ryong. I don't think they added wells to the different villages yet. No, they haven't, so that's kind of chilly. On the left side is... Okay, so they actually added a lot of new things. I'm completely, like... I didn't look into Land of the Morning Light Part 2 at all, to be completely fair. Even though it's been on Korea for quite some time, so everything here is just going to be a little bit new to me. Yeah, but as I was saying earlier, they don't have the English dubs for a lot of the voice lines apparently, so the pronunciation of a lot of places are going to be completely scuffed since I have no reference from the in-game pronunciations. And yes, I'm obviously not Korean, so it's going to be quite fun. And okay, let's see. The weird part about Land of the Morning Light is things are really far apart, but there's no well. And adding a new region might be even more scuffed. I'm not even sure how you get there. I guess from the bottom up. Maybe the top has a path. Yeah, the pathing is always going to be a little weird. It's such a cool region, though. Honestly, like the environment and things like that are pretty well done. It's just that there's not really a reason to come back into Land of the Burning Light ever, essentially. Especially since they made teleports to the new shrine bosses and things like that. Like, there's literally no reason to come back here ever. Other than if you're, like, doing life skilling in some of those spots. But for most of the player base, I mean, if the area has no node wars, there's no grind zones, then they're just never going to come. Even though it looks honestly quite good. Even in medium settings, to be honest. But as we make our way there, 800 more meters. Still looking around. On stream, it's definitely going to be looking a little worse for wear, but that's just going to be the stream settings I'm working with here. Still, game looks really good even on medium settings. Remastered, of course, it'll look absolutely amazing. Though my computer is definitely not able to run that even during PvE, I wouldn't think. Might be able to try it out, but it shouldn't be too big of a deal, especially since stream shouldn't be able to pick it up as much anyways. We got our amazing mansion here. This was a great addition. It's just there's no way to really get here quickly, so who even uses their mansions these days? I don't know. Alright, let's talk to this guy. What is it? It's about this letter. I woke up and it was right beside my head. Okay, they've got guts. I forgot. Okay. I will try to go through the story as much as possible, but the BDO story is definitely not as good as some games. Okay, what does this remind me of, Miss Miyun? But enough of that, let's take a look at the letter together. Great. Alright, a mysterious and fatal plague is on the verge of spreading to Dalbiol. This place is dark, damp, fickle, and depressing. The seeds of the epidemic have taken root in a small in a small lot below Shimiji. I don't... There's no shot. Okay, cool. Imugi. Oh, we talked to him again. Alright, so we're just going to the government office. Can't go anywhere. Oh yeah, this guy is like outcast or something? I don't know. Part of the government now. Okay. The government office is a reliable source of information. What about starting your investigation there, my friend? Yeah, sure, why not? Sounds good. We're locking in. Yeah, honestly, I completely skipped most of the Landing More Light Part 1 storyline, so I don't actually really know what's going on there. As for Part 2, it should be a little less weird. I don't know. Let me see one sec.